Once upon a time, in a vast kingdom, there lived a notorious dacoit named Angulimal. His name struck fear into the hearts of people far and wide. He was infamous for his ruthless nature and his peculiar habit. Whenever he killed someone, he would cut off one of their fingers and string it onto a garland that he wore around his neck. This gruesome ritual gave him the name Angulimal, meaning garland of fingers. People in the kingdom were terrified of him. On hearing his name, the people there would start trembling with fear. Villagers avoided traveling alone, and traders took long detours to escape his wrath. Angulimal had become a menace, and no one dared to confront him. One day, Gautam Buddha was traveling through the region where Angulimal roamed. Despite being warned about the danger, Buddha continued on his path, calm and unshaken. As he walked through the dense forest, Angulimal spotted him from a distance. The dacoit was intrigued by the sight of a monk walking fearlessly in his domain. Who is this man? Does not he know that this path belongs to me? Is he so fearless, or is he merely foolish? Angulimal wondered. Determined to confront the monk, he stepped forward, blocking Buddha's way. Stop right there, monk. Where do you think you are going? He thundered. Buddha halted and looked at Angulimal with serene eyes and said gently, I have already stopped. But tell me, when will you stop? Angulimal was taken aback and said, What kind of riddle is this? You think you can confuse me with your words? Do you not know who I am? I am Angulimal. I have killed countless people, and today it is your turn. Buddha remained unfazed and said, You speak of your strength, but I do not see real power in you. True strength lies in self-control, not in harming others. Angulimal's face twisted with anger. You insult me, monk? Do you not fear me? He shouted. I can end your life right here, right now. Buddha smiled and calmly replied, Fear is only for those who are weak in their hearts. You believe you are strong because you wield a weapon and take lives. But tell me, can you perform a small task for me? Angulimal laughed mockingly and asked, A task? What task? Do you think you can escape by distracting me? No trick of yours will work, but go ahead. Tell me what you want. Buddha pointed to a tree nearby and said, Break a few leaves from that tree. Angulimal smiled loudly and without a second thought tore off some leaves and held them up triumphantly and said, See, that was easy. What now? Buddha nodded and said, Good. Now, can you reattach those leaves to the tree? Angulimal scoffed and said, You are a fool, monk. Once a leaf is plucked, it cannot be put back. Such a thing is impossible. Buddha's expression softened and said, Then tell me, if you cannot restore life, what right do you have to take it? What kind of power is this that can only destroy but cannot create? Angulimal stood stunned. No one had ever spoken to him like this before. His whole life, he had believed that power came from stealing fear and taking lives. But for the first time, he questioned himself. You call yourself powerful, but in reality, you are weak. Buddha continued. A true strong person does not harm others. Instead, he protects them. You say you have killed many, but after your murder, have you ever felt peace? Have you ever truly been happy? Angulimal's hand trembled. His entire life flashed before his eyes. The bloodshed, the cries of his victim, the fear in their eyes. He had never once felt peace. Each killing had only added to his burden, filling his heart with more and more unrest. Tears welled up in his eyes. Monk, I have committed countless sins. Is there any hope for me? Will society ever accept a man like me? He asked with despair. Buddha placed a comforting hand on his shoulder and said, the past cannot be changed, but the future is in your hands. If you choose the path of non-violence and truth, society will eventually accept you. The first step is to renounce violence and seek inner peace. Angulimal fell to his knees and started crying and said, I have lived in darkness for too long. I do not wish to shed any more blood. Please guide me, enlightened one. I surrender myself to your teachings. With that, Angulimal threw down his weapons and removed his gruesome garland of fingers and renounced his old ways. He became a disciple of Buddha and took a vow of non-violence. From that day onward, he dedicated his life to kindness, humility, and service. Though it was not easy, over time, the people of the kingdom began to see his transformation. They forgave him, understanding that redemption was possible for even the worst sinners, and he became a monk and living a life of peace and meditation and seeking atonement for his past deeds. This story teaches that violence only leads to suffering, not just for others but for oneself. True strength lies in kindness, in self-control, and in the ability to change for the better. No matter how dark our past may be, there is always a part 2, redemption, if we choose to walk it. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed this video, hit like button. And for more such stories, subscribe to our channel. Thank you and stay positive.